Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. Opa beat me here this morning. She was in the waiting room. I forgot to get hot coffee. It's okay. It's warm. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Oh, there go the eyes. But that's okay. It's only like 88 degrees outside right now, and it's not supposed to reach 100 until way later today, which means I could be playing tennis in less than 100 degrees today. I haven't played in a few days, so I'm kind of anxious to get out there and give it a go. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know it. I know you know what I mean because I talk about tennis so much. It's such good exercise, but I haven't played in a couple of days because I've been saving my sciatica or whatever it is that's been acting up. My knee, my leg, my left side, not quite in sync with my right side. But yesterday, my nephew, who is visiting and staying in Casita Sandita right now, he and I went on a super hike. We went for the coffee fairy just took my coffee cup away to go get me hot stuff. Yay! Thank you. Anyway, we went on a 5-mile hike yesterday. It is so amazing to me that 5 miles, bam, can go by so quickly when you're chatting the whole time. And especially if you're in kind of new territory. I like to look for interesting things on my walks. I found a fake Rolex watch. I found money, but I can't remember how much. It was some coin. I found a twig that looked like a human being. What else do we find? I don't know. I love to find things. Thank you. Yay. This would be the hot stuff. Man, that's good. Okay, so today it's Let It Go Day. Yeah. That has to do with our word art this morning. Can we do word art first because it's so appropriate? Yeah, Let It Go Day. This is the day to let go of all that stuff in your life that's just not serving you anymore. Yeah. Did you read this morning's word art? You really should read what I wrote because it's like a list of things that you should consider letting go of today. Things like anger and jealousy. And what if you spent a whole day letting go of gossip? That's hard to do, but what if you spent a whole day letting go of your gossip? I mean, like not doing it, let go of that you can. Um, so the word art today says, why pay for extra baggage? Dump it now. Yeah. Get rid of that. Get rid of those old stories that aren't serving you anymore. Go through your closet. Get rid of clothes that don't fit. Watch what you're eating and dump a few pounds. That was a message to me. Yeah. That was a message. That was a personal message from me to me. Yeah. Good truth. Good truth. Um Good morning, Stephen. Oh, you don't have any coffee yet? I'll drink some for you. Okay. Opa's shoulder needs some work. I did that for you because that's the way I'm sending you healing energy for your shoulder. Get that surgery done, get that rotator cuff fixed. You're going to feel like a new person, totally new person. Good morning, Stephen. Oh, look at that, Opa. It's 58 where you are, and it's just the reverse where I am. Well, it's, I think, 88, but close enough. It was warm, but not so warm that we couldn't walk yesterday morning. We went early, and it was awesome. We went like basically right after I was with you. Today is National Pecan Sandy's Day. I forgot to tell Indy. It's probably my favorite cookie on the planet. Yeah, seriously. Other than maybe the oatmeal cookies that I make, but pecan sandies. When I was a little girl, my mother used to make like what sometimes they call them Mexican wedding cookies. What else do they call them? There are a million different names. Crescent cookies. For Mexican wedding cookies, they make them in balls and roll them in powdered sugar. And my mother used to make them in little crescents, and we used to call them crescent cookies. And they would be dusted with powdered sugar. But we also called them pecan sandies, which is what they are. And I thought that the cookies were named for me because I like them so much. Yeah, I thought they were literally my cookies. Maybe that's the project for this afternoon. Yeah, maybe we make some pecan sandies. That would be so good. It's also Pink Day. Pink Day. Yeah. I love pink, right? So when I do get ready for tennis, I will be dressed in pink today. I can promise you that. Pink Day, by the way, I assumed was a day to honor those women who had breast cancer, because usually that's what the pink is for. But no, it's just a day to honor femininity, because pink is usually associated with femininity. Do you ever notice that I look left whenever I'm thinking? I'm wondering if maybe I like pink so much because I always wanted to be one of those girly girls, and I was always one of those little tomboys. Yeah. I had two brothers. I played with my brothers. I climbed trees and scraped my knees and went bowling and hiking and hanging out and playing war. I was a girl boy. Yeah. I mean, as a tomboy, no question about it. But I always thought it'd be so cool to be one of those girls who looked at home in a tutu. But no, never was me. No, I went to ballet school when I was little, Skokie, Illinois, right on Dempster. It was in this old brick building, and you'd walk in and it was all mirrored and it was just beautiful. And yeah, they asked my parents to remove me from the class. I wasn't trouble. I didn't do anything bad, really. I just didn't pay attention. I didn't like it. No, I still can't follow directions for dancing. I wonder if it's from then. I don't know. Or if it's just me. So what they suggested was put her in drama class instead. We think she might enjoy it more. So they did. And I did. And I ended up being in this children's theater group in Chicago. Lester Netsky. That was his name. Doesn't that sound like a Russian director, Lester Netsky? Anyway, he had this drama school slash group of kids who put on very professional shows on big stages all over Skokie and Chicago, and I ended up being in some of his shows. In fact, I was Heidi in Heidi. I was in the Red Shoes, but I don't think I had a very big part in that because I don't remember it. And Puss in Boots. I was Puss in Boots and Heidi. I can remember, I was talking about my grandma Ida yesterday, my mother's mother, it's where she got her adorableness. My grandma was like, oh my God, just like this big ball of love. And she was from the old country. So she talked with an accent. And she didn't really, even though she's been in the United States for so long, she didn't totally understand what was going on. Anyway, I can remember being in this big auditorium on stage doing a show. And all of a sudden, from like fifth row center, I hear, "That's my granddaughter up there. That's my Sandye. That's my granddaughter." It was so hard to stay in character with my grandmother expounding to the entire world who would listen and could listen that her little granddaughter was on stage. She was awesome. She was just awesome. Talk about having support. Yeah. Speaking of which, let me give you the Fritzy report, because really, this is true story. I was with Fritzy yesterday, and she was her mother yesterday. Sad news is she honestly had no idea who I was when I got there. She really didn't. I'm not sure if she ever, the whole time I was there, really knew who I was, other than my telling her who I was. But she looked at me and she put her hands on my cheeks and she kissed me on the forehead and then on each cheek and then on the nose and then on the chin, because we didn't kiss on lips in my family. And honestly, she looked at me and she said, "They didn't tell me I would like you so much." I said, "They? The people here, they didn't tell me I would like you so much." And I said, look, I just gave my mother an accent. My mother doesn't have an accent. Anyway, I said, "They didn't tell you? Maybe they didn't know I was your daughter." And she looks like this. And I said, "Yeah, I'm your daughter and you're my mother. You are my mother. I am your daughter. I'm your baby." And she just, her face just started to glow. Yeah. Anyway, we talked about the forthcoming wedding again, where my son and his fiance are going to get married right there at the home so she can be part of it, because he wants to dance with his grandma at his wedding. So we're just going to have a tiny little kind of a practice wedding right there for her. It's going to be awesome. Each day I tell her about it, and each day she gets excited all over again, like it's the first time she heard it. There is a certain joy in having dementia if you're a happy demented person, because she gets to celebrate the same things over and over and over and over again. And she's so happy about it. Uh-oh, I haven't read any messages in a while. Let me see what's going on. You guys are so funny with each other. It is like we're all sitting here having coffee together. I'm wearing pink on Wednesday. Be on Wednesday. We should all wear pink every Wednesday, except Steven, because he said he's not a pink kind of guy. Mean Girls started Wednesday's Pink Day. Really? I did not know that. Oh. No, somebody, Steven says, "Did you hear that Herb, the sales guy on WKRP in Cincinnati TV show, died yesterday? Herb Tarlick. His name was Frank Bonner." No, but I never watched the show, and I think I missed a really good show. Maybe I should look for it on Netflix. What else? It's Pink Flamingo Day, speaking of pink. And runner's selfie day. So go out running and take a selfie. Oh, and it's typewriting day. And there's such a good reason for this. It is the anniversary in 1868 of the QWERTY typewriter. That's QWERTY. Because if you look at your typewriter, probably most of you know that, those are the letters that you hit with your left hand. QWERTY. What happened was the first typewriter, it wasn't the first typewriter that was invented, but it was the first commercial success. And it was invented because what they found out was when people started typing kind of fast, the keys, when they were in alphabetical order, would hit each other. The metal rods that went up would hit each other, and the typewriter would get stuck. And it was very annoying. So this guy studied which were the most commonly used letters in typing, and he spread them apart as far as possible on the keyboard. And that's how we got the QWERTY keyboard, which obviously works because people can type like crazy fast. Hi, Bailey. You see Bailey back there, by the way? Anyway, what I thought was really cool was that there were two guys who had this invention. It was a guy named Scholes and a guy named Dinsmore. And Remington, like as in Remington Guns, I guess, Remington came in and said, "Hey, we'd like to buy your patent." Well, the first guy, Scholes, I guess, sold out, and he got like $12,000, which was like a huge amount of money back then. But the other guy said, "No, I believe in this. I'm sticking with it. You can share it with me, but I'll take royalties and you can run it." Kind of like, I'll just be the heir apparent. You know what I mean? The parent who is an heir or whatever. Anyway, they did sell it out to Remington, but this guy, Densmore, got to keep his share of royalties. And over the years, he got over 1.5 million over that in royalties. So he made a really good choice. And here's another piece of trivia. Apparently, that's the typewriter that Samuel Clemens, Mark Twain, used to type Tom Sawyer, which was the first manuscript to ever be written on a typewriter. Just saying. Little important information for you. So, no, not Shoal the foot guy. It's Shoals. But what's really interesting about that to me is that I have a friend whose maiden name is Shoal, like the foot guy. And I used to have this antique sign for Shoal's inserts. And she made me give it to her, and so she could hang it on her wall because she said, it's my name. I should have it. So I had to give it to her. Yeah. Shoals was a different guy. This one is Shoales. Yeah. I took typing. I took typing in high school. Didn't everybody? Like, I'm not sure, but wasn't it a requirement? I don't know. I took it in junior high school when I first moved to California. I do remember that. And I learned basically nothing. It was just, I just sat there in front of this machine when I was like 11 or 12, and I didn't really get the whole concept. And remember, we didn't have computers. So we really, it's like my thing was my handwriting, because we got graded in handwriting, and I wanted to have great handwriting. So I did that. I wasn't that concerned about the typewriter, but it was cool. When I graduated from college, I got, what was it? Was it called a Smith Corona? Something like that. My first electric typewriter. That was cool, because by then I knew I needed a typewriter for writing my papers and stuff. We still didn't have computers, but we did have electric typewriters, which were way faster. In high school, I took typing, and I actually loved it. And my best friend then that summer was Beth. And Beth and I used to type little notes to each other. And my little cousin was visiting for the summer. He was like 6 then, Jeff. And we would give him our notes, and he would sneak across the room delivering our messages back and forth. That was a fun class. Then I went to TRW to see if I could get a job, and I had to take a typing test. Yeah. You had to type I know it doesn't sound like much now, but because it wasn't necessarily on an electric typewriter, but you had to take a typing test and be able to type at least 45 words a minute to be able to get a job there. It's any kind of a secretarial or administrative position. But I passed just barely, and I got to work at TRW, which was cool because that's where my whole family worked. I don't know, maybe I didn't really pass and it was nepotism. I can't tell you for sure, but I did a really good job. How do I know that? Because one day, 3 of the regular secretaries, not us crazy high school grads who were just looking to get a job or college. I know I wasn't in high school. I was in college. It was a summer job for me to start, but they were trying to talk me into staying there. And 3 secretaries, this is true story. They cornered me in the restroom, and they told me I needed to slow it down, that I was making them look bad and I shouldn't work so fast. Seriously? I didn't listen. But I also didn't stay. I went back to school at the end of the summer. I decided I wanted to finish school. Being an administrative assistant was not for me. I did a really good job, but I didn't find it really exciting. I wanted to go make the decisions, not type them up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, that's my typewriting story, and I'm sticking to it. Oprah says in her typing class, they only had 5 electric typewriters. The rest were manual. Hey, Alexa, stop. Did you hear her talk to me? Indy must be telling Alexa something in another room. Anyway, Opa says that in her class, they only had 5 electric and the rest were manual. So everybody would race to class. Talk about a perfect way to make sure people were on time, huh? Oh. And Stephen said he took typing in high school, but he sat next to a cutie in typing class, so he failed. Took it during the summer, and I think he probably sat next to the teacher and he passed. Stephen, you crack me up. 1967, the year I graduated from high school, was the first year that contraceptives were sold over the counter. Nice time to be graduating from high school, don't you think? There was a cartoon in the New Yorker or something that someone cut out, blew up, and sent to me, which I put up in my dorm room, that said, my maiden name was Schneider, by the way. It said, "Oh, Miss Schneider, your birth control pills are ready." And it shows this red-faced young woman, like hiding as the druggist says this over the loudspeaker and everybody can hear. Because it was like, yeah, if you were on birth control back in 1967, you either had a medical problem or you were doing the nasty when you weren't supposed to. And everybody knew it. Happy birthday, Bob Fosse. He did Cabaret. He did Damn Yankees. I love Damn Yankees. And it's funny because I think I told you that we've been revisiting some show tunes lately to try out our new poi balls. Yeah, I'll have to do a demo for you. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Aaron Spelling died in 2006. We are all grateful to Aaron Spelling because he gave us Mod Squad, one white, one blonde, one black, or one white, one black, one blonde. That's what it was. Mod Squad, great show. Charlie's Angels, which was the Charlie's Angels house, was right on the Strand where I used to walk near my friends who still live there, right there on the beach. Love Boat. Come on, who didn't like Love Boat? They had the greatest stories every week. And Fantasy Island, the plane. And finally, Beverly Hills 90210. Which was filmed at Torrance High School, where my children went, and they used to use the kids as extras, and it earned money for the school. Yeah, pretty cool. A lot of connections to Aaron Spelling, and further proof that when you live in LA, you're gonna run across things like that. True story. Yes, rest in peace, Captain Stubbing, too. Stubing? Yeah, I guess he was pronounced Stubing. Okay, what else did I want to tell you? 1784 was the first American hot air balloon flight, and it was a 13-year-old boy. I wanted to read more about it and find out if he became famous and a scientist and, like an explorer, but I don't know. But a 13-year-old boy was the first one to go up in a balloon. Maybe they thought he was expendable. Maybe, since I don't know, I can make this up. Maybe he snuck in and he did it when nobody was looking. Anyway, 13-year-old boy, pretty cool, right? Okay, it's time, guys. It's time. It's time to go out there and have yourselves a terrific day. Ginny, you made it. You're going to have to watch the replay if you haven't been here the whole time. Yeah, because we're just about cleaning it up here. Oh, Thomas Jefferson witnessed the first hot air balloon in Paris, France. Well, oui. But he wasn't 13. Yeah. And Open knows somebody at one of the ship lines who's friends with all of the people who were on Love Boat. Cool. And this is our Love Boat. I love you guys. I will see you on Thursday. Here's my sip. Here's my gulp. And my smile. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye, friends.